Well, we're still gathering. Any minute now. Oh, okay, we're gathered. Well, welcome everyone to our story theater celebrating Hollywood classics from a literary standpoint. So we are, Voice in the Well is composed of writers, musicians, and dramatic artists who believe in the transformative power of art. Our talented presenters seek to breathe new life into our talented presenters seek to breathe new life into classic works of prose, poetry, and the world of theater for the greater community of Los Angeles. See, I wrote that so because I do go on.
So what we just heard before, was that a musician breathing new life into?
That was. See, that song calms me down.
Oh,
Eric, could you play that song because I just need to calm down. You can calm down too. Yes, yeah, we should all take deep. I'm going to take deep breaths. You can too.
Music to soothe the savage Erics.
Yes, exactly. Could you turn it up a little bit? thank you for indulging me. Now, the power of art has transformed me, and to begin our afternoon, I had a word from our host, Yvonne Salinas, and here he is now.
But really, the host is Eric Vollmer. Let's give a round of applause to Eric. Programs manager here at Beyond Baroque. We are in the Wanda Coleman Theater, and I just want to thank you all for being here this afternoon. We've been hosting this Saturday matinees with Eric for the last year, and really, I am the newcomer. As Eric and a lot of the folks that will be performing have been part of the Venice community for a very long time. So I might be stealing a lucky strike, just so you all know. Yeah, just make sure to ventilate the room in case you're using this prop. But yeah, I also want to say that we are in Indigenous territory. We acknowledge the wrong done to Indigenous communities. This is Tongva, Tataviam, Chumash territory, and we recognize they are the original stewards of this land. And as you all may know, if you are new to this space, actually, this is a very old building. We were talking about 120 years old. So this was first the Venice City Hall, and since the late 70s, it has been a home for writers and artists. And right next door, we actually have Spark, the social public art community center that's led by Judy Baca, a Chicana muralist, and that used to be the old jail. And I'm sure that you can go in after the performances here and visit that space as well. But this is what we like to call the Venice Art Complex. So we'll plan to be here another century. We've been here for 57 years. And, no government, no fascist government is going to tell us what to do. So, yeah, thank you all. Yeah, it's all thanks to your support. You can become a member at Beyond Baroque. Memberships start at $70. We have discounts for students and seniors. And that also gives you access to events for free. It gives you perks to the bookstore, any merch that we have, as well as new and used books. So you can support directly the lifeline of this space and for us to continue hosting shows like these. And I just want to say that on November 15, we are hosting a fundraiser for Beyond Baroque. We're calling it NoFest, as usually we would be hosting the Southern California Poetry Festival, which would be three-day weekend of just free programming dedicated to poetry. But given the funding we've lost this year, we've had to pivot to fundraise more and have a special event that will bring community, but also help us raise funds for the near future of this space. So there will be a poetry marathon here in the Wanda Coleman Theater, but we'll be having a free book fair out in the Poets Garden, an open mic in the garden out front that will run from 12 to 2 p.m. But it will be an entire day of activities, and it runs from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. So if you want to know more about that, visit our website. You can inquire more info in the bookstore right after the reading. And yeah, I'm sure that we will have a great time. But thank you all for keeping the fighting spirit alive, for keeping art alive and supporting it, and supporting your local art spaces. So without further ado, let's start Voice in the Well and enjoy yourselves. Thank you.
Okay, well, which brings us to our first reading from His Go Friday, directed by Howard Hawks. And Hollywood had to turn to the New York theater world in the 30s with the introduction of sound. And so this was first a play called The Front Page, and then it came to Hollywood and was two men, and then Hollywood made it a man and a woman, and here they are, and it called it His Go Friday. Friday being, remember Robinson Crusoe's, he finds that guy Friday on the island. Well, this is a newspaper office, and it's a woman. And here is Tuba Heatherton and Sue Gisser to present the first scene readings.
Duffy, who was that guy? You let him in again, you'll lose your job. Yeah. Duffy. Oh, my goodness. I don't think it'd be my brand. God damn it.
Great.
Very catty, very cute, very cute. Look at that. That's one your daughter made, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Looking good.
What is it?
Why, I'm surprised, Mr. Burns. That's no way to talk to your wife, even if she is your ex-wife.
Hildy.
Hello, Walter.
Hello, Hildy.
Hello, Walter. Mind if I have a cigarette too? How about a match?
How long is it?
How long is what?
You know what? How long since we've seen each other?
Oh, let's see. I was in Reno for 6 weeks and in Bermuda. I guess it's been 4 months or so. Seems like yesterday to me.
Well, maybe it was yesterday. Been dreaming about me, Hildy?
No, Mama doesn't dream about you anymore, Walter. You wouldn't know the old girl now.
Oh, yes, I would. I'd know you anywhere. Anytime, any place.
Anywhere. You're repeating yourself, Walter. That's the same speech that you made the night you proposed.
I notice you still remember it.
Oh, I couldn't forget it. I'll always remember it. If I hadn't remembered it, I wouldn't have divorced you.
You know, Hildy, I sort of wish you hadn't done that.
Then what?
Divorced me. You know, it sort of makes a fellow lose faith in himself. It gives him a feeling he wasn't wanted.
Oh, holy mackerel, Walter. That's what divorces are for.
Well, that's nonsense. You've got this old-fashioned idea about divorce. Something that lasts forever, perhaps. Till death do us part. Why, a divorce doesn't mean anything today. It is only a few words mumbled over you by a judge. We've got something between us that nothing can change.
I suppose that is true. I've always been fond of you. I only wish that you weren't such a stinker.
Now, that's a nice thing to say.
Well, why did you promise not to get in the way of our divorce and then went and mucked the whole thing up?
Well, I had every intention to let you go, but the water, you never miss the water until the well runs dry.
Fellow your age, hiring an airplane to write, Hildy, don't be hasty. Remember my dimple, Walter. Held things up for 20 minutes while the judge ran out to look.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but I've still got the dimple in the same place. I just acted that way, a husband who doesn't want to see his home broken up.
What home?
You know, remember the home that I promised you?
Oh, yes. The home that we were to have right after our honeymoon. honeymoon.
Okay, it wasn't my fault. Did I know that the coal mine was going to have another cave-in? No. I meant to be there with you on it. I was on our honeymoon, Hildy. Honest, I did.
Well, all I know is that instead of having 2 weeks in Atlantic City with my bridegroom, I spent 2 weeks in a coal mine with John Krupski, age 63, getting food and air out of a tube. You don't deny that, do you?
Deny it? I'm proud of it. We scooped the whole country on that story.
Well, suppose we did.
Yeah.
But it's not what I got married for. What is the bit of... Walter, this is... I came up here because I need you to stop calling me, stop phoning me a dozen times a day, and stop sending 20 telegrams and all of the rest of it because, I'm...
Yes, let's not fight, Hildy. Tell you what. You come back to work on the paper? Let's see. If we don't get along in a friendly way, we'll get married again.
What?
Yeah, I have no hard feelings.
Walter, you are wonderful in a loathsome sort of way. Now, do you think that you might be able to keep quiet
Yes.
just long enough for me to tell you why I came here?
Sure. Come on. We'll have some lunch. You can tell
No, I
me
have
everything.
a lunch date.
Oh,
no, Walter, this is what
you can break it.
No, I can't.
Sure you can. Come on.
Don't tell me what to do. We are not divorced. No, we are divorced. I am a free woman. You are not my husband, and you are not my boss. And what's more is you are not going to be my boss.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Exactly what I said. That is what I've been trying to tell you.
No. You're not coming back to work for the paper?
No.
You mean you're not coming back for the paper?
Yes, that is right. That is the very first thing that you said right all day.
That Sweeney can write, can he?
You sure can. Good handwriting, that Sweeney.
You've got a better offer, haven't you?
You bet I got a better offer.
Oh, my goodness. Go ahead and take it. Work for somebody else.
Well,
That's the gratitude I get for taking you under my wing and teaching.
Walter,
What were you when you came here 5 years ago? A little college girl from the School of Journalism. My goodness, School of Journalism. Oh, isn't that fun? You took this little doll-faced mug out in...
You would have taken me if I hadn't been doll-faced.
Why should I? I thought it would be novelty to have a face around here that, didn't send men shuddering.
Walter.
Listen, I made a great reporter out of you, and Hildy, you won't be half as good as on any other paper, and you know it.
I'm not working.
You need me, and I need you, and the paper needs us both.
Well, the paper's going to have to do without. And so are you. It didn't work out, Walter. It didn't work out.
It would have worked out if you hadn't been satisfied with just being a reporter and an editor, but no, you had to marry me and spoil everything.
I wasn't satisfied. I suppose I proposed to you.
Well, I wasn't, I think you practically did. Making all those goo-goo eyes at me for 2 years till I broke down. And I still claim I was tight when I made that proposal.
Oh, you.
You know, any gentleman would have forgotten the whole thing, but not you. Not you.
You!
Hildy, you don't have the eye you used to, or that pitching arm. Wait, what? Hello? Sweeney? Yeah, what can I do for you? Sweeney? No, not now. You can't do that now. Sweeney? Jumping Jehoshaphat. Sweeney! Listen! No, you can't do this to me. Yes, Oh, okay, I guess if you have to. All right. I don't believe it. 365 days in a year, and this is the day he pulls this on me.
What's the matter?
Sweeney.
Dead?
Not yet. but he might as well be the only man on the paper who can write, and his wife picks this day, to have a baby.
Sweetie? Oh, it's not like he did it on purpose.
Oh,
Did he?
I don't care if he did or not. He's supposed to be covering the Earl Williams case, and where is he? He's out waiting at the hospital, pacing up and down. Where's the sense of honor in this country? Where is it?
Well, haven't you got anyone else?
Well, no. There's nobody else on this paper who can write. This'll break me. Unless... Hildy,
No.
you gotta help me.
No, keep away.
Oh, Hildy, we'll bring us together again. You know,
No.
Hildy, just like before.
No,
Tell me.
that's what I'm afraid of. There's always and forever and always and everyone in the thing,
Ah,
you know.
my scene.
Your scene.
My scene? You won't do it for me. Look, tell you what, don't mock me, Hildy. This is bigger than anything that we have ever been through before. I'll raise you $25. If love won't do it, money will.
Listen, you bumble-headed baboon.
No. Okay, $35, not a cent more.
No, look, Walter.
Look, please. Great. Okay. Okay. What's that other paper giving you?
I'm not working for any other paper.
What? Well, then I take that offer back. My goodness, you're going to get paid what you got before on the salary, and you'll like it.
No,
That's what you're
Walter,
going to do. My
no.
goodness, I'm trying to blackjack me.
But,
Goodness,
look,
you think?
Look.
What?
Here,
What?
You see this?
Oh,
You know what this is? You know what this means? I tried telling you right away, but then you went reminiscing. I'm getting married, Walter. And I am getting out of the newspaper business, as far away from it as I can possibly get. I'm through.
listen, get married all you want, Hildy. But you can't quit the newspaper business.
Well, you can't sell me that malarkey, Walter.
Of course I can. Who says I can't?
Huh.
You're a newspaper man.
That is why I'm quitting. I want to go someplace where I can be a woman.
I know you, Hildy. And I know what it would mean. It would kill you.
Journalist for life. Peeping through keyholes. Chasing after fire engines. Waking people up in the middle of the night to ask them if they think that Hitler is going to start a war. Stealing photos from little old ladies of their daughters being chased by ape men. No, I know all about the reporter routine. Nope, Walter. That's all she wrote.
Duffy, take Sweeney off the Earl Williams case. Hildy's back.
Wonderful. Really
Hi, Eric.
above and beyond the Call of Duty and all that. You guys are great. Yes. Yeah, what? So, all right. And now we go to the second reading, which is from a detective novel by Raymond Chandler called The Big Sleep. And Raymond Chandler was fantastic at dialogue, but the studios decided to hire William Faulkner, who was at the studio, to adapt Raymond Chandler's novel. And if you know anything about William Faulkner, he couldn't stop a sentence to save his life. He goes on for, and so he was wondering what in the world, why they chose him. And he drank, as did Chandler. That's why they didn't ask Chandler, because he drank so. But so Faulkner was sitting there one day, and they need the script for the morning for the shoot, and they come in and he goes, I haven't got it. And they, well, what are we going to do? And so he opened up the big sleep and he just tore out about 5 pages and film it. And they did. And then, as happens in Hollywood, Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, they made a film called To Have and Have Not, based on a Hemingway story down in Cuba. And that's the one where Lauren Bacall, out of the blue, she has that line, you know, Steve, you know how to whistle, don't you? You just put your lips together and blow. So because that was so popular with American audiences, the studio said, okay, well, we've got to give her a bigger part in the Big Sleep. And they said, well, that means we'll have to take things out of the story. You know, yeah. And so they took out, he was investigating a missing person, and they took all of that out so that Lauren Bacall would have more dialogue and sing a song. And so people watching it now are mystified about what in the world is going on. And on top of it, they hired the Epstein brothers, the 2 brothers that had come in Casablanca, and that was a crazy mess. And they were the ones that came up with all those great lines. Here's looking at you, kid, and this is beginning a beautiful friendship and all that. So the Epstein brothers came in, and they worked on the script. And so you probably didn't need to know all that, but here is Judd Angel and Sandra Cruze are going to present to you scenes from The Big Sleep, wherever they are. Has anybody seen? Okay, I'll be right back.
Eric, darling, we're here. Oh, so you're a private detective? I didn't know they existed except in books, or else they were these little greedy men snooping around hotels. My, you're a mess, aren't you?
Yeah, I am not the orchid-bearing type. I'm not very tall either. Perhaps next time I'll come on stilts and wear a white tie.
I don't think that would help either. About this business with my father, think you can handle it?
Yeah, it doesn't look too tough.
Oh, really? I would have thought a case like this would take a little bit more effort.
Not too much.
Well, what would your first step be?
The usual one.
I didn't know there was a usual one.
Oh yeah, comes on page 47, complete with diagrams on how to be a detective in 10 easy lessons.
Well, you must have read a book on how to be a comedian. I'm very serious, Mr. Marlowe. My father is not well, and I want this case handled as smoothly as possible.
And that's just how I'm going to handle it.
I see. No professional secrets. How did you like Dad?
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
Well, he liked Sean Regan. You did know Sean.
Yeah, I know.
You don't have to play poker with me, Mr. Marlowe. Dad wants to find him, doesn't he?
How was that? Of course you do.
Oh,
Oh, why don't you ask him? Huh?
Oh, you don't have to be so cagey. And you know what? I don't like your manners, Mr. Marlowe.
Well, I don't like yours either.
Oh,
You know, I didn't ask to see you. Okay? I'll tell you something else. I don't mind you rizzing me. And I don't mind you drinking your lunch out of a bottle. I also don't mind you showing me your legs. They're swell legs. And it's quite a nice opportunity to make their acquaintance. I don't mind if you don't like my manners.
Okay.
They are pretty bad. And I do grieve over them during the long winter evenings, but don't waste your time trying to cross-examine me.
People don't talk to me like that. I suppose you think you can handle people like trained seals.
Uh-huh. And I usually get away with it, too.
Well, how nice for you.
Just what is it you're afraid of?
Dad didn't want to see me or you about Sean at all, did he?
So long, Mrs. Rutledge.
Oh, well, you really do exist. I was starting to think I had dreamed you up out of a bad bottle of gin. I have been trying to reach you by phone all morning.
You know, you can insult me just as well face to face. I don't bite much.
Well, I was rather rude.
Well, what do you know? An apology from a Sternwood. Come on into my boudoir.
Well, you don't put on much of a front, do you?
You can't make much. If you have a front, you're making money, all right?
Uh-huh.
Or expect to.
Are you honest?
Oh, painfully.
Well, then how did you get into this sleazy business?
Because people like you pay good money to have the slime cleaned up.
Well, do you feel that you can yet talk to me about what my father wants you to do for him?
Not without his permission.
All right. What about my sister Carmen?
What did you want to see me about?
I think you better see this. Message was delivered today.
Let's see, timestamp. Says 8:35 a.m. a.m. Yeah. Ooh. So that's what your Carmen looks like. All right. How much do they want for this?
They want $5,000, including the negative and the rest of the prints. The deal has to be closed tonight, or they're going to hand those off to some horrible scandal sheet.
And the demand came how?
A woman telephoned me after that lousy photo was delivered.
There's not much in that scandal sheet scam. You know, juries convict on that racket without even leaving the box. What else is there?
Does there have to be something else? All right. Well, the woman said that there was a police connection, an angle, and And I'd better lay things on the line fast, or they were gonna have me seeing my sister through a wire screen.
Well, what kind of angle?
Not a clue. I didn't see my sister. I hadn't seen Carmen up in the Orlandos. I was at cross county lines playing roulette at Eddie Mar's Cypress Club. Lost my shirt.
You like roulette? You would.
Yes, the Sternwoods like losing games. They can afford to lose. The Sternwoods have money, but the only thing that we've ever gotten was a rain check.
Well, you might need money in a hurry. 5,000.
Well, how about telling the police?
You know better than that. The police might come across something they can't sit on, and then where would the Sternwoods be?
Well,
How was this left?
the woman said she'd call me back with instructions at 6.
All right. Call me here as soon as you've heard from her.
Can you do anything?
I think so. But I can't tell you how or why.
You like to play games, don't you, Mr. Marlowe?
Uh-huh. Well, I like your father, but I'm beginning to like another Sternwood.
I like the second reason better.
Well,
You know what?
let's get back to business, all right?
I like you. You believe in miracles.
I believe in people believing they're smarter than they are. If that's a miracle, we have a drink?
Well, I'll have 2.
Let's share. You want to tell me now or later?
I think there's one in here.
Oh, isn't that lovely? You want to tell me now or later? And cheers.
Tell you what?
What you're so anxious to find out about.
I think we've done enough for one day.
Finish your drink.
No.
Well, you forgot this.
You know, your skin is soft, like Sean's. We've got another.
Okay. Well, here's another scene.
Well, come on, honey, get out of that cab.
All right. Thank you, cab driver. All right. Ooh, how'd you happen to pick this place?
Well, maybe I wanted to hold your hand.
Oh, that could be arranged.
Well, my father was very pleased when he saw the morning
You want to tell me
papers.
why you wanted to see me?
That's exactly why.
Is that where you're
I wanted
going?
to see you.
Tell me why your father wanted to see me.
He was very pleased about the newspaper article this morning, and so was I.
I managed to keep the Sternwood's name out of it.
Oh. Well, he hopes you didn't get yourself involved too deeply.
You tell him it was no fault of yours?
No, and he asked me to give you a check.
Oh, I don't need any money just yet.
Well, he considers the case closed. It is, isn't it?
As far as Geiger's concerned, yes.
Geiger's dead, so I would imagine it's completely closed. So, I hope this is satisfactory.
500. That's a lot more than I expected. But welcome just the same.
Well, we're very grateful to you, Mr. Marlowe, and I'm really glad that this is all over and done. Tell me, now, what do you do when you're not working?
Play the horses, fool around.
No women?
Well, I'm generally working on something
Well-
most of the time.
Could we stretch that to include me?
I told you I liked you. I told you that before.
Well, and I like hearing you say it. So, but you didn't do much about it.
Well, neither did you.
Well, speaking of horses, I like to play them myself, but I like to see them work. I see them, if they're front runners or if they come from behind, find out what their whole card is. What makes them run.
Find out mine.
Oh, I think so.
Go ahead.
Well, I'd say that you don't like to be rated. You like to get out front, open up the lead, take a little breather in the backstretch, and then come on home free.
You don't like to be rated yourself.
I haven't met anybody that could do that yet. You have any suggestions?
I can't tell until I've seen you over a distance of ground. You do have a touch of class, but I don't know how far you can go.
Well, that depends on who's in the saddle. Go ahead, Marlowe. I like the way you work. You do know that you're doing all right.
It's just one thing I can't figure out.
What makes me run? Well, I'll tell you a little secret. Sugar won't work. It's been tried.
Well, what did you try? What did you try it on me for? Who told you to sugar me off this case? Was it Eddie Marcs? All right, be coy, don't answer me. But your father didn't tell you to pay me off, did he?
No, he's not well, and I used my own judgment.
Are you sure about that?
I know, it hasn't worked very well up until now, has it?
What's Eddie Marcs got to do with this case?
Nothing. He runs a gambling house. I play the ponies, I play the wheel.
You're playing something else, too.
Why do you think I'm playing anything? I'm not.
All right. Stop with the talking. Let me do the talking here. Did you know that Sean Regan was supposed to have run off with Mars's wife?
Well, who doesn't?
All right. Did you know Marcs is the one who ran that porno ring that your sister Carmen almost got wrapped up in? And he's the one who took the photo.
I don't believe you.
And why does it bother you so much? What has Eddie Marcs got on you? All right, calm down, Angel. Stop your shaking. I don't want to hurt you. I'm trying to help you.
You best run along.
Vivian, you made a deal. And you're going to stick to it. Right or wrong? We will take up the issue of you and me when the race is over.
The only trouble is that we could have.
How's that? What?
The thing is, you and I might have had some fun.
We still can.
What? If you weren't a detective.
We still can.
So long, Marlowe.
Well, that was Judd Angel and Sandra Cruze in Scenes from the Big Sleep. I'm sorry, of course there's so many details and I didn't want you to get lost in the weeds. If I'm up to anything, I found in the in these films from the late 30s and early 40s, that they were very resilient characters because everybody had come out of the Great Depression that had tried everyone for all they were worth. And of course, these major economic things happen, and it gets played out in the most intimate relationships between men and women. And so that's the method behind my madness. I wanted to show you these scenes, and of course, this scene from The Big Sleep inspired the screenwriter, Robert Towne, who wrote Chinatown, which is made in the 1970s, but it's set in the 1930s because Robert Towne loved Raymond Chandler novels, and particularly the detective Philip Marlowe. And so he came here. Actually, Robert Towne came here around 1978, and I was here. And he brought a law book with him. Robert Towne, the screenwriter, and it was from 1906, which is when this building opened. And he was reading us these case decisions made by judges in 1906, and he was showing us what a huge impact those decisions had on our lives. And it was the first, I never judges or whatever, but I've come to appreciate, I know, of course, we're not going there, but, watching what the Supreme Court is doing, it has these large reverberations in our lives, but they get played out in our relationships with one another or in the family. And we have to learn to be resilient because we may just be put to the test here. But at any rate, I'm sorry. Of course, this show is about literature and taking the high road and what art can do. And so Robert Towne, very artistically, I think, wrote Chinatown, which you may remember. Jack Nicholson played the detective, Jake Gittes, and Faye Dunaway played the part of a wealthy widow slash incest victim, Evelyn Mulray. And I could see right through the film, the way that Raymond Chandler's imagination in The Big Sleep, the way it plays right into Robert Towne's dramatization of Chinatown, in which he talked about it in the lecture about the judge's decisions in 1905-06. That's when the water scandal happened. Henry Huntington, the railroad magnate, Harriman, another railroad magnate, Fred Eaton, the former mayor of Los Angeles, they entered into a conspiracy to bring water from Owens Valley by aqueduct down to Los Angeles. But they wanted the people of LA to pay for it. And so they put a referendum on the ballot, and then they began running the fresh water into the ocean and into the desert so that there was an artificial drought. And so the LA citizens, they voted for the referendum for a $15 million aqueduct, and it took 10 years to complete. But of course, all the people of Los Angeles assumed that the water was going to come to Los Angeles. But then the aqueduct stops at the north end of San Fernando Valley, and it began watering the San Fernando Valley because Harriman, Huntington, Eaton, they had bought all this land in San Fernando Valley from the former orange growers like Van Owen and like Van Nuys. And I live at the corner of both of those streets. But they were, they lost their farm, so they sold their property for nothing. And these guys swept in, picked it up, and then they go to the city hall and they incorporate San Fernando Valley into Los Angeles. Pretty neat trick. So when Robert Town read about that, he goes, my God, that happened in broad daylight and nobody talks about it. I'll put it in a mystery novel. And he's got Jake, so the thing about the Philip Marlowe stories is, it starts on the surface of things. He's just called in for a missing person investigation. But then as Marlowe gets more involved with the characters like Mrs. Sternwood Rutledge, he finds this layers of corruption under the surface of the city. So prostitution, pornography, drugs, gambling, and at the end of, because Raymond Chandler, the writer, he said, down these mean streets a man must go who is not himself mean, neither tarnished nor afraid. And that he put all of that into his detective, Philip Marlowe, who another detective writer called Philip Marlowe a slumming angel, because he has this romantic idealism. And so that's why I chose for the third reading scenes from Chinatown. And Frank Strasser and Ginger O'Toole are going to appear. I don't know how, I don't know where. I'll be right back. You're on, Frank.
Mr. Geddes?
Yes.
Do you know me?
Why, I think I'd have remembered.
Have we ever met?
Well, no,
Never?
never.
That's what I thought. And my name is Evelyn Mulray, Mr. Mulray's wife.
Not that Mulray.
Yes, that Mulray. And since we both agree that we've never met, I think you would agree that I also never asked you to work for me.
Well, wait a minute, Mrs. Mulray, there's some misunderstanding here.
There is. You're on the wrong page.
Now, wait, Mrs. Mulray.
I see you like publicity, Mr. Geddes. Well, you're going to get it.
Hey, there's some misunderstanding. It won't do you any good to get tough with me.
I don't get tough with anybody, Mr. Geddes. My lawyer does. Yes, Mr. Geddes?
Actually, I'm here to see your husband, Mrs. Mulray.
Would you like a drink?
Sure, what are you having?
Iced tea.
That'll be fine, thank you.
My husband's at the office.
Actually, he's not, Mrs. Mulray. And he's moved out of his apartment at the El Mikado.
That's not his apartment.
Well, anyway, the point is, Mrs. Mulray, I'm in business, not to be loved, but I am in business. And people talk, this is a small town. I don't want to be a laughingstock and a fool in this town.
Mr. Geddes, talk me into it. I'll drop the lawsuit.
What?
I'll drop it. So let's just drop everything.
Mrs. Mulray,
Yes, Mr. Geddes.
I don't want to drop it. I should talk this over with your husband.
Why? What on earth for?
Well, I've been,
He seems to think you're an innocent man.
yeah, I've been accused of a lot of things, but never that, Mrs. Mulray. See, somebody went to a lot of trouble to set me up. Lawsuit or no lawsuit, I'm not the one who's supposed to be caught with his pants down. So I'd like to talk to your husband, unless there's some problem.
What do you mean?
May I speak frankly, Mrs. Mulray?
You may if you can, Mr. Geddes.
Well, that little girlfriend, she was attractive in a cheap sort of way. Of course, she's disappeared. Maybe they disappeared together somehow.
Well, suppose they did. How does that concern you?
Nothing personal, Mrs. Mulray. I just
It
think
is very
that-
personal. It couldn't be more personal. You know, is this a business or an obsession with you?
Look at it this way. Now, this phony broad, excuse my language, tells me she's you. She hires me. Now, whoever hired her and put her up to it didn't have anything against me. They were out to get your husband. Now, if I can see him, I can help him. Did you talk this morning?
No. I went riding rather early.
Looks like you rode quite a long way.
No, just riding bareback, that's all.
Well, if you see him this afternoon, get in touch with me and I'll come by.
Please call first.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Mulray.
Afternoon.
Maid's night off?
Why?
Well, there's nobody here. That's why.
Well, I let them go home early.
Hey, easy. It's an innocent question.
No question from you is innocent.
I can see why you think that way, Mrs. Mulray. Frankly, you really saved my hide today.
Tell me something. Does this usually happen to you, Mr. Geddes?
What's that, Mrs. Murray?
Well, just judging on the basis of an afternoon and an evening. If that's how you go about your business, I'm gonna be worried that you're gonna get through the whole day.
Actually, this hasn't happened to me in some time.
Well, when was the last time?
Why?
It's just an innocent question.
Well, it was in Chinatown,
What were you doing there?
working for the district attorney.
Doing what?
As little as possible.
The district attorney gives his men advice like that?
They do in Chinatown.
Bothers you to talk about it, doesn't it?
No, could you possibly, do you have peroxide or something?
Sure. Doctor did a nice job.
Yeah,
Boy, oh boy, you are a mess.
yeah, I sure am. So, it bothers everybody that works in Chinatown to talk about it. You can't always tell what's going on there.
No, you can't.
I thought I was helping somebody keep from being hurt, and as it turned out, I ended up guaranteeing that they were hurt.
Could you do anything about it?
Yeah, stay the hell out of Chinatown. Wait a second.
What's wrong?
Your eye.
What about it?
There's a green speck in the black part of your iris.
Yeah, there's a flaw in the iris.
A flaw?
It's sort of a birthmark.
That was Frank Strasser and Ginger O'Toole. And of course, the dilemma in Chinatown is this moral man, Jake Gittes. He had tried to save a girl in Chinatown and ended up she got killed. And so in this kind of universe that's run from underground where you don't know what's going on, the moral man is like he commits the same thing with Evelyn Mulray. Robert Town was here. He's talking about all these law books and law decisions, and all we wanted to know is, why did he call the movie Chinatown, Chinatown? And so he said, the same guy that he learned about the water scandal, Carrie McWilliams, had been a reporter in the roaring 20s here in Los Angeles, and there was a lot of crime. Just by coincidence, a man named August Vollmer was the police chief of Berkeley, and he may or may not, we might be related, but regardless, there was so much crime in Los Angeles that they went out to Berkeley. The city council went up to Berkeley and they said, would you please come down and try to bring law and order to Los Angeles? And he said, can I bring my bicycle? He said, he's a bicycle, and he had a lovely time. And so he goes, okay, I will come down there on August 1st, 1923, and I will work until August 31st, 1924, and I'll do everything I can, but then I'm going back to Berkeley. And that's what he did. And when the criminals learned that, they said the last of August will be the last of August. And so, yeah, so that happened. But meanwhile, Kerry McWilliams, he would learn about crime bosses, Sicilians, and God knows who else. And he'd learn of their meetings. And invariably, he would find them in upstairs restaurants in Chinatown. And so he goes, I don't get it. Like, how come you meet here? You're Italian, whatever. And you know, and so one of them said, well, look around, see all the, and they're, you know, all Chinese workers who didn't speak English. And he says they have no idea what we're talking about, so we can freely talk about our murders, our bank robberies, our this, that, and the other thing. And so Robert Tengo, yeah, there's my metaphor, a world of Chinatown. And but on top of it, I was going to, I won't go on and on. No, I'm not going to, sorry, I wasn't trying. But, well, yeah, please, you should watch all these movies, but don't watch them on your telephone, please. Don't. Abbott Kinney, the guy that founded Venice of America in 1905 and built the city hall, and his first meeting here was undoubtedly to tell them, I've got the greatest actress in the world coming. Sarah Bernhardt is going to come to Venice, and she's going to perform at the auditorium on the pier. And she's got her own train that the Vanderbilts gave her, and she's bringing all her troupe, and I'm going to run them right out onto the rail that goes out onto the pier. And so he did that. And because it was a great coup for Abbott Kinney to get her to come here, because it was a marshland just 2 years before. And he suddenly conjured up the city that he wanted to be an Athens of the West. And he wanted to bring great artists, and he didn't want any car. He wanted people to go visit one another on gondolas. And so it'd be a pleasant, leisurely kind of place. And Sarah Bernhardt came, and so they pushed their cars out onto the pier, and she was in the back caboose or whatever. And she wanted to go fishing. I said, you want to go fishing? Yeah, but I just want to sit here and fish out the window or something. Okay, hang on. And so Abbott Kinney gets her a fishing pole and a line and a big hook, and then he hires divers to swim out under the pier and hook fish on her line so she can go. And so, but that was an incident. There's lots of more incidents I could tell you, but at any rate, but the reason the rails were out on the pier was there's a sort of a deep water, it's not a canyon here off of Venice, and you could bring in large ships, lumber ships coming from Oregon, and then they would bring them and unload them on the Venice pier, and then they'd take them to LA to build Los Angeles. But he had an idea that Venice could be the seaport here in Los Angeles. And Henry Huntington bought Redondo Beach, and he wanted to do the same thing. And this guy bought Naples. And so all these millionaires were lining up on the coast, trying to create the port that ended up in San Pedro, and they had a deal. There was this one Snake Island. They just had thousands upon thousands of snakes. And it was a swamp down there in San Pedro. And Los Angeles didn't own it. And so Los Angeles came up with an idea. We'll create an umbilical cord down to San Pedro. And that's Freeway 110. It is like that land is just this umbilical cord that then connects that port. And the water finally arrives in 1914, in November of 1914. In January of 1915, they had completed the Panama Canal, and now Los Angeles, California stood to become a world trading capital. They could bring trade from the Orient, and now they could bring it much more efficiently from Europe and the eastern states. And so these guys were all anticipating that Los Angeles is going to be this huge place, and they've got the water, and they're going to have control of the trade, and we would we'd be no better. Well, now I'm telling you what Robert Town told me, because he made this story, and he was going crazy because of course, Roman Polanski directed that film, and he had been watching all these Alfred Hitchcock movies and enthralled by Hitchcock. And Roman Polanski was really angry at the LA police because he felt they completely fumbled in the Manson investigation. You know, that went on for months before they finally caught up with the Mansons. And so that's why the police in Chinatown are thugs, because that's what Roman Polanski insisted upon. But of course, the LA police saw the way they were portrayed, and then they started keeping an eye on Roman Polanski, who had fooling around at Jack Nicholson's pool with a 14-year-old. So he's gone. And now it's time to bring on. I'd like to ask Suzy Williams and Tuba Heatherton to sing a song for you from Annie, Get Your Gun, with Brad on piano.
Eric, get the music stand.
Yeah, right here. I don't know you, but I think I got you figured out. And you, I way got you figured out. Hey!
Yeah.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes,
No,
I can. Yes, I can. Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I can.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I can shoot a partridge with a single cartridge.
I can get a sparrow with the bow and arrow.
I can live on bread and cheese.
And only on that, so can a rat. Any note you can hold, I can hold longer. I can hold any note longer than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Oh, you can drink your liquor. No, you can sing faster. I can sing faster.
Go ahead. Annie?
Anything you can sing, I can sing faster. I can sing master much faster than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. 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 Yes, I can.
I can drink my liquor faster than a flicker.
I can drink it quicker and get even sicker.
I can open any safe.
Ooh, without getting caught? That's what I thought, you crook. And don't you can sing, I can sing sweeter.
I can sing anything sweeter than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Ooh. Oh.
Gulp.
I can jump a hurdle.
I can wear a girdle.
I can knit a sweater.
I can fill it better.
Oh, I can do most anything.
Well, can you bake a pie?
No.
Neither can I. Any swear you can swear, I can swear better. I can swear
curse anything more shocking than you.
No, you effing can't.
Yes, I damn well can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can't.
No, you.
Oh, we've gone too far.
He's right.
Oh. Don't Tuba, we went too far.
Just a moment.
Okay.
Any wrong I have done, I apologize better.
I can apologize better than you.
I'm so sorry.
I regret it.
Mea culpa.
Mea maxima culpa.
No, I'm horrified at my behavior.
I just hate myself in the morning, evening, and
I'm
afternoon.
groveling.
I'm sniveling. I admit it.
You
can do
anything better than me. Yes, you can.
Thank you.
I'm not in this union. Don't tell anybody.
That was delightful. And we are going to bring Brad back for his song. But first, we have a surprise guest. I met an actor last month named Brian Avery, and it turned out he went to Loyola University, as I went to Loyola Marymount later, and we were comparing notes, because he had the good sense to be an English major, as did I, and as did Frank. And Brian had some of the same professors I had. So Dr. Carruthers was a wonder. He did a survey course on literature, and he had us memorize poems. And I was reminding Brian that, and then he began reciting the poems. I go, and then as our conversation went on, then he recited more poems, and this is fantastic. Is that what you do? And then of course I found out, he is a very successful actor, director, producer. He's involved with the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. He's a very accomplished man, and he's here to recite poetry to his heart's content. Brian Avery.
Thank you, Eric, for that rousing introduction.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I am Brian Avery, actor. I think my best known role is in a movie called The Graduate, which my was directed. And I had the pleasure of working with Jack Nicholson in another movie that Mr. Nichols cast me in called The Fortune. But I'm also a husband, and my lovely wife Nicole is sitting here in the second row next to our lovely daughter Rebecca, who's also a mother. So, and we have a son who's not here today, Eric Avery, who's the original co-founder and bassist for Jane's Addiction. So we have a lot of talents in the family. But my adventure and my journey with poetry began in the 50s when I won the Best Actor award at the Catholic Theater Conference, and it was presented by Agnes Moorehead. I heard that she taught, so I said, "Can I study with you?" She said, "Yes." So when we went to her home to work, she had us memorize poems as well as scenes from plays. She introduced me to the great poet, Edna St. Vincent Millay, and I'll give you one of her sonnets, which says, "Mindful of you, the sodden earth in spring, and all the flowers that in the springtime grow, and dusty roads and thistles in the slow rising of the round moon, and all throats that sing the summer through, and all the nest that the bare branches show, and each departing wing, and all winds that in any weather blow, and all the storms that the four seasons bring. You go no more on your exultant feet, up path that only mist and morning knew, and watch the wind, or listen to the beat of a bird's wing, too high in air to view. But you were something more than young and sweet and fair, and the long year remembers you." And then another influence in my life for memorizing poetry was Robert Bly, whom I had the pleasure of meeting several times, but most recently about 15 years ago at Dutton's bookstore in San Vicente in Brentwood, when he was touring the nation with his book of translations called The Winged Energy of Light. He said, "Brian, if you love a poem, you do it a disservice to always take it from the page." He said, "If you love it, memorize it." Go ahead. So here's one of Robert's. People like us. There are more like us. All over the world there are people who wake up in the morning and can't remember the name of their dog, and people who love God but don't know where he was when they went to sleep. It's all right. The world cleanses itself this way. A wrong number occurs to you in the middle of the night, and you wake just in time to ring the house where the insomniac lives, and the second-story man gets the wrong address, and the insomniac is lonely, and they talk, and the thief goes back to college. And even in graduate school, you can wander into the wrong classroom, and your great poems, lovingly spoken by the wrong professor, will find your soul. And greatness has a defender, and even in death, you're safe. And speaking of death, I now want to do a poem in memory of my colleague, because I did 2 movies with her, Diane Keaton. We did a movie for Woody Allen called Sleeper, which I played her boyfriend. After the party and doing the org, I took her into the orgasmatron. We put our clothes on. So she was great to work with. And then we did another movie called I Will Love Her Now. But Mary Oliver wrote a poem, a wonderful poem called When Death Comes. When death comes, like the hungry bear in autumn, when death comes, He takes all the bright coins from his purse to buy me and snaps the purse shut. When death comes like a measles pox, when death comes like an iceberg between the shoulder blades, I want to step through the door, full of curiosity, wondering, what is it going to be like, that cottage of darkness? And therefore, I look upon everything as a brotherhood and a sisterhood. And I think of time as no more than an idea. And I consider eternity as another possibility. And I think of each life as a flower, as common as a field daisy and as singular. And each name a comfortable music in the mouth, tending, as all music does, toward silence. And each body a line of courage and something precious to the earth. When it's over, I want to say, all my life I was a bride married to amazement. I was the bridegroom taking the world into my arms. When it's over, I don't want to wonder if I have made of my life something particular and real. I don't want to find myself sighing and frightened or full of argument. I don't want to simply just have visitors in this world. I embrace the words of Mary Oliver, who says, poetry is a life-cherishing force, for poems are not words after all, but fires for the cold, ropes let down to the law, something as necessary as bread in the pockets of the hungry. Mrs. Dean. One of her better-known poems is called Wild Geese, which says, you do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles to the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves.
Yeah.
Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscape, over the prairies and the deep trees, over the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. I had a extraordinary experience in 1996. I went into the Midnight Special bookstore and I pulled out a book in the poetry section that said rough music. And on the back was a photograph of a beautiful woman named Deborah Diggs. So I cracked it open and I hit a page that said, my Amaryllis. So this is the day the fat boy learns to take the jokes by donning funny hats. My Amaryllis, my buffoon of a flower, your 4 white bullhorn blossoms, like the sirens in a stadium through which the dictator announces he's in love. Then he sends out across the land a proclamation. There must be music. There must be stays of execution for the already dying. That's how your pulpy sex undoes me, and your 7 leaves unsheathe. How you diminish my winter windows, and beyond them, the Atlantic. How you turn my greed ridiculous. Now it's as if I could believe in having children after 40, or walking these icy streets, greet sullen strangers like a host to form herself, so invite them in, of course, and listen like one forgiven to their crimes. Stay with us in all our secrets. Dance with us until our lives, like death squads sent to an empty house, put down finally their weapons, peruse the family portraits, admire genuinely the bride. Stay with me in this my exile, or my forgiving, as if to defy the tyrant one more time. Oh, my lily, my executioner, a little stooped here listening. You are the future, bending to kiss the present like a sleeping child. So that's from her 3rd book of poems called Rough Music. I looked in the back of the book and it said that Deborah Diggs taught at Tufts University and lived in Amherst, Massachusetts. So I called Amherst Information, got her number, called her up in 1996. We spoke regularly every week or so until 2009, when she came from the East Coast, Massachusetts, to Los Angeles and was part of a poetry evening with Rodney Strong and the great black Vietnamese poet, Yusuf Yamanaka, called Poetry Boston Court. And she brought with her all of her books that I did not have, including her first book of poetry called Vesper Sparrow, published by Athenaeum, and in which she inscribed, "For Brian, who found me." So we have become fast friends. In that book, there is a poem of hers I'm going to share with you now. It's perhaps my favorite poem. It's called Ancestral Lights. I love to go to the light section of big department stores, filled with huge table lamps and cheap chandeliers, all of them ablaze, the walls mirrored. Here, an aging human face confronts the present tint, its dead brilliance. In the long refraction, I burst in mind. The ancestors eclipsed in the dark under my eyes, in the sharp, angular nose shadow, as once transfigured onto passport, called into the literal translation of a name at Ellis Island. I was a new moon in their fingerprint. On summer nights, under the stars, as my father sang us the 1909, I rejoiced with the angels for the lost sheep found. I thought great cries went up in heaven. I never know how many blood redemptions it had taken, how many lifetimes simply to lie there whole, myself, safe in the coarsening grass of a Missouri August. Then, I believed in everything. I wept openly before the bright light flooding the congregation, as if eternity could live in me, like the accidental star inside the apple, like the apple, however blighted, inside the tree. They say the one thing we remember always is faces, each one moored to the senses, so that by death we host a multitude who wear the farewell garments in which they seem to us most themselves. As my brothers will wave to me in their dirty work clothes smelling of creosote and apples, and my sisters among the lilacs in bright colored summer dresses like my own. And though I know now that heaven may be only the mind's sphere of the wonders it imagines, the way our best thoughts surprise us and seem not to belong to us, I like to believe we turn into light around those we love, or would have loved had we known them, and warm them to the blood by ringing in their ears. Just after the birth of my first son, when I tried to sit up too quickly to hold him, I saw 1,000 secret stars spray the delivery room and linger and rise upward, as if all the failures of my people had ignited their ingredient, and through the life of this child now could continue their long healing. One more? Okay, let's do one more. Let's see. One more. Well, assuming we're all romantics, there was a great poet named Lisa Mueller who won the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry, and she wrote a poem in honor of the love between Johannes Brahms and Clara Schumann called Romantics. The modern biographers worry how far it went. It went away. Their tender friendship. They wonder just what it means when he writes, he thinks of her constantly, his guardian angel, beloved friend. By the way, did I say this is an homage to Johannes Brahms to Clara Schumann?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, the modern biographers worry how far it went their tender friendship. They wonder just what it means when he writes, he thinks of her constantly, his guardian angel, beloved friend. The modern biographers ask the rude, irrelevant question of our age as if the event of two bodies meshing together establishes the degree of love, forgetting how softly Eros walked in the 19th century, how a hand held over long, or a gaze anchored in someone's eyes could unseat a heart. The nuances of a dress not known nor egalitarian language could make the redolent hair tremble and shimmer with the heat of possibility. Each time I hear the intermezzi, sad and lavish in their tenderness, I imagine the two of them sitting in a garden among late lonely roses and dark cascades of leaves, letting the landscape speak for them. And also for my lovely wife here, I'm going to say goodbye to this event with a poem, short one, of E. Cummings, who says, Nikki, I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear. And whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for beautiful you are my world, my true. And if you are whatever a sun has always meant, and whatever the moon will always say is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. You're the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of the sky, of a tree called life, which grows higher than soul can hope or mind can hide. And this is the wonder keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart. He said, be of love a little more careful than of everything. Thank you.
What a gift you have, Brian. Wonderful. And I might get this line wrong, but I think it was William Carlos Williams wrote, you cannot get the news from poetry, but men die every day for want of what is found there.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's okay. Okay, so there's Tuba. Yes. Yeah, we've gone into overtime. I asked Brad Kay to do a song for you based on a Hollywood song. It's a parody of the Gilbert and Sullivan operetta. Losing people, but the song is called "When I Was a Lad." And here's Brad.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, Brad. Yes. Yeah, please.
Yes. Let me say a few words. This is actually this was from our show, which we do in this very space every July, which I trust some of you have seen, the Lit Show. Thank you. That's our biggest fan. And so this is from a very special show. We look for writers. We look for writers who actually wrote song lyrics, okay? And we find them in the strangest places. And one of the most unexpected places I found a writer in was writing songs with George S. Kaufman, who famously said that he didn't like music. He didn't even like it in his shows and stuff. But he actually wrote an entire parody of the HMS Pinafore by Gilbert and Sullivan. And so here's this entire operetta with lyrics by George S. Kaufman. And I would love to see a full-scale production of that. It's just fantastic. So this is one of the songs from the show. Tried my hand at every business in the land. My list was most diversified. I sold umbrellas and insecticides.
He sold umbrellas and insecticides.
I way. But I could not make anything go, so now I am the ruler of the studio.
He could not make anything go, so now he is the ruler of the studio.
I drove a truck and I worked in a bank, and at both those jobs I really stank. I also made asbestos pies, and I manufactured artificial butterflies.
He manufactured artificial butterflies.
And all that time I never said no. And now I am the ruler of the studio.
And all that time he never said no, so now he's the ruler of the studio.
I cleaned the windows and I scrubbed the floor of a place that I don't mention anymore. I went upon the stage and I dropped the spear, and I sat upon a bench in Central Park one year.
He sat upon a bench in Central Park one year.
You ought to see my bungalow since I became the ruler of the studio.
But you want to see his bungalow since he became the ruler of the studio.
I got a job as a sandwich man, and I found the work too pedestrian. I read the picture magazines, and I made a lot of money playing slot machines.
He made a lot of money playing slot machines.
So I flunked as a brakeman on the B&O, and now I am the ruler of the studio.
He flunked as a brakeman on the B&O, so now he's the ruler of the studio.
So, all schlemiels, whomever you may be, if you want to rise to the top of the tree, if you wouldn't be regarded as a darned old fool, be careful to be guided by this golden rule.
Be careful to be guided by this golden rule.
Just hold your breath and never say no. And you all may be rulers of the studio.
Yes, hold your breath and never say no, and you may be the ruler of the studio.
Mr. Bradkey.
Thanks, Brad, and Suzy and Tuba. Yes. So I don't know how many shows we've done now, but we have one last scene, and it's with Judd Angel and Gisser, and they worked on it. This is all my fault, the whole thing. But here they are doing two light comic scenes from The Big Sleep. Yeah, this has never happened before where I have no idea where the actors are.
Right here.
There's one. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, Sue suggested I take off my glasses so I would get less noise.
So do you have the mic?
I have the mic. Would you help me set this?
May I be of any assistance?
Oh, yes. I was wondering if you had a Ben-Hur 1860.
A what?
I said, I was wondering if you had a Ben-Hur 1860.
Oh, first edition?
No. Third. The third? What was the addendum on page 116?
I'm afraid not.
How about a Chevalier? Audubon, 1840. Full set, of course.
Not at this moment.
Well, you do sell books, don't you?
What do these look like? Grapefruit?
from here, they look like books. Look, I'd probably better see Mr. Geiger.
He's not in just now.
Oh, well, that is a pity because I was hoping to see,
I said, Mr. Geiger is not in.
I heard you. You needn't yell at me. Well, I am late for my lecture on Argentine ceramics, so...
It's not, the word is ceramics. And it's not Argentine, it's Egyptian.
Oh, so you did sell a book, didn't you? Well, look, I guess I'll pop over to the public library, or, I could go to that bookstore across the street there, couldn't I?
Do so.
Thank you.
Is there something I can do for
Yes,
you?
I'm wondering if you could do me a small favor.
Depends on the favor.
Do you know Geiger's bookstore across the street over there?
I think I might have passed it.
Recognize Geiger by sight if you saw him?
Wouldn't it be easier if you just went over there and asked to see him?
Well, yes, but I've already done that. Do you know anything about rare books?
You can try me.
You ever been her? 1860, the one with the addendum on page 116?
Nobody would. It doesn't exist.
You know, the girl at Geiger's bookshop did not know that.
I see. You are beginning to interest me. Vaguely.
Well, I'm a private dick on a case, and I'm probably asking a little bit too much.
Geiger is in his late 40s and medium height. Fattish. Soft all over. He dresses nice. His Charlie Chan mustache, always wears a black hat. He affects a knowledge of antiques and hasn't any. And I think his left eye is glass.
You would make a good cop.
Thanks. Are you gonna wait for him to come out?
Yeah, I am.
I'm afraid they don't close for like another hour or so. And it is raining awfully hard.
Oh, yeah, but I've got my car and yes, yes, it is, isn't it? You know, I happen to have a nice bottle of rye here in my pocket. And, well, frankly, I think I'd much rather get wet in here.
Well then, looks like we're closed for the rest of the afternoon. So, tell me a little more about this business.
Well, there isn't much to tell.
What's the matter?
Oh, well, you know what, I was just wondering if you have to...
Oh, well, not necessarily.
You know, little things like that make quite a difference, you know, if one really pays attention. Hello!
Hello.
Judd and Sue Gisser. Eric and at long last, this is the end of the show, and at any rate, what I was trying to show is the dance that we do, men and women. We've been doing it forever. So, what is that song? since Adam and Eve, when Adam said, "You're for me," the book of love. That's what we've been doing, and we work these things out, or we don't. But the fun is in the imagination, and it's driven by human desire, love. And so this is probably the last show I'm going to do. Honestly, I can't take it anymore. But I really deeply appreciate all of the performers, Tuba and Gisser and Ginger O'Toole and Frank Strasser and Brad Kay and Suzy Williams, and it's been lovely. They've all been friends, but I'm gonna go be a hermit now because I
Don't do it.
it's just
After the farewell performance that we're going to do in a month or so, we'll talk about it.
okay, that's the spirit. Yeah, so thank you all, and I hope you'll stay and thank all these great performers. Really talented. I'm sorry, Sandra Cruze, all of the performers.
And Judd Angel.
And Judd Angel.
He's not here.
Whatever. Get me out of here. Thank you. Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No, thank you. Thanks. Thanks.
Your book, which sort of hurts, sorry. I don't think I would try.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Besides books, great performers and this and that and this and that, but the next thing you want to go inspires you to bring it to your life. Great job. Dream and feel like you have a working together.
Where else do you play?
Yeah, I'm not saying we're on Facebook, but we start using projects. Oh my God.